Oh, wow, this is awful. There's nothing out here. Oh, God, it's a Baldi's base is closed.
Steam is literally frozen.
I hate it here. I literally had to force quit Steam. 2024. We made it. 2023 was quite a year. We had our ups, our downs, our further downs, our really further downs. Like an abyssal sort of downs, like you do your best, but it never seems like it's enough. Always trying to struggle to stay above the waves. But none of that was as awful as those games that I played were. Yeah, those were truly bad, but we made it through. And hey, over Christmas, I got myself some good video games to help me deal with the psychic damage that I received from all that shovelware. And you know what? I'm gonna make a declaration, okay? This year, 2024, is the year of good video games. We aren't gonna take this trash anymore. We are only playing good games in 2024. And we're gonna hold developers responsible for their crimes. In defiance of all these garbage video games, I'm calling this the Triton Initiative. But I'm still a little scarred from those games that I played. So in order to recover and be ready for this new revolution, I'm gonna leave this mortal plane. Take a hiatus on real life, because reality sucks. That's right, I'm gonna spend the foreseeable future fully immersed in virtual reality. And you know what's great about virtual reality? Everything. Let's get out of Quadrant M4. This place sucks. And here we are, my new home until I'm ready to return, which I don't think I will. This place has everything. Bed, fireplace, great view, and best of all, fully interactive and immersive video games. Don't mind if I do. And to start this new life of mine, let's play one. Henry the Hamster Handler. I could handle a hamster. This game is made by Pocket Money Games, and that makes sense, because I imagine this game cost the studio 30 cents and a Big Mac. Actually, a Big Mac probably costs more. And unlike all those shovelware games I played before, this game actually has a decent amount of differing achievements and a store page. I told you VR is paradise. So you load in and... Hey, maybe a little warning before you throw me into a moving environment? VR movement is such a delicate thing, and while I don't really get motion sick from it, it is going to affect me if I move without any prompt whatsoever. Why do we even need a moving sidewalk to get into work? You too lazy to walk, Henry? It's not that far. Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do with the intro. It's actually kind of cool, working a tutorial into it, but motion really needs to be dictated by the player. Also, am I the only one going into work today? All these offices are not an unpaid intern in sight. Mayhaps me crew be intimidated by me hook hand. Yeah, you only get to use one hand in this game. And not for the reason you're thinking. I'll get into that later. So we non-consensually slide into this laboratory-looking place. Wow, I hate it here. You know what else I hate? These blinding green screens. You could have chosen any color for these, and you chose neon green? Well, if you're gonna blind me, I'm gonna make the green screens fun to look at.
They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him.
Perfect. I've played this game a little already, but now we're diving deep. We're gonna see just how far we can get before this game takes us. I've briefly played this game in the past just to see what it was like, but I didn't get too far. Now that I'm going to live in VR for a while, I might as well see everything this game has to offer. Who knows? Maybe it's a hidden gem. The premise, according to the Steam page, is that you are Henry, the legendary one-handed hamster handler, and it's your job to save the mass-produced balls of fluff. It's time to punch in at Hamsters Inc., where your usual menial task of hamster production and distribution has gone kaput. Oh, of course! What, that wasn't obvious to you? You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like someone didn't know how to program two hands at the same time. Or maybe the game would be too easy because what is this? Each level is a different kind of obstacle course for these hamsters, if you can call them that, and you've got to get them to the exit by making hazards safe to cross. Otherwise, they die. Like any other Flash or mobile game similar to this, you have to get a certain amount of hamsters through in order to progress, and you gotta get even more through to get 3 stars. This is so ridiculously hard to do, I only made it to level 11. Why do we have to do it like this? Why send all your hamsters through a death maze? And why do these hamsters have no survival instinct? They just run into whatever fiery, spiky acid pit that's right in front of them. You know, come to think of it, that's probably the most accurate part of this game. I guarantee you this game wouldn't even be that hard if I could actually use both of my hands. Maybe that's why they only let you use one, but I feel like it would be way more satisfying and fun to use both. VR is fun for many reasons, but especially because moving both hands feels natural and fluid. Instead, in this game, you're forced to have one hand be completely useless, which is a bad thing to do. I could see losing a hand being an interesting mechanic in a different game, but in this game, half of your control is taken from you right from the get-go. Beat Saber handles this really well by having the option to do single or double-handed modes, and most people don't even do the single-handed mode. Removing a hand from play should only be an option for challenges, not the whole game. But hey, at least I get to kill the hamsters with my hook, which I did a lot out of frustration. That's for making me play this on my vacation! Maybe I'm just bad or I can't figure out what the strategy is to win. Either way, I'm not qualified to fill the role of Henry, the legendary hamster handler. Here's a segment I like to call Dumb Stuff in This Game. This game has little mini-games that happen every 5 levels. The ones I played were Whack-A-Mole and Simon, and I doubt it would get any better further into the game. The hamsters also have speech bubbles pop up sometimes, but because you're spending all your time trying to make them not die, they're all impossible to read. What a great feature! Okay, I'm feeling a little stressed out from all that hamster handling. Let's play a game that's a bit more relaxing. Like archery practice. I'm a fan of archery. Dude, this pop-up? Really? I'm in VR, man. Well, at least we know who made this game. Because if you couldn't tell by that, I'm sure the 5,000 achievements and no storm page will give it away. I'm gonna keep it short. There's nothing to this game. They just drop you in, throw some text in the air behind you, and let you figure it all out yourself. There's no archery practice to speak of. You're actually just killing birds in the wild. No targets, no alternate environments, just you, a table, bunch of birds, and infinite arrows. It looks like they ripped this straight from Skyrim. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. There's a path in everything. Would it kill you to give me somewhere else to go? You ripped this, just start ripping everything else. I keep waiting for a dragon to fly overhead. Now that would be cool. At least if you're going to steal, lean into it, man. Give me something other than birds to shoot at. Some Draugr, some bandits. Hell, I'll take a straight up PNG of a Minecraft zombie over these janky birds.
And don't you guys worry, this is all the game has to offer.
You only get one bow, but 3 different arrows that really make no difference, because aiming sucks regardless. The only goal being getting a high score. You know, I was never good at archery. I'll stick to being a theater band kid, thanks. Wacky Wings! Flight is definitely always fun in VR, every single time. This is another game made by Pocket Money Games, so at least it's made by real people who are trying. I kinda had high hopes for this one. Based on the screenshots, I really wanted to know how this game played, because it didn't look like your typical first-person VR game. But then the trailer hits you with this. 3 exciting game modes! Oh yeah, real exciting. Looks like yet another game where PMG couldn't program a VR game that uses both hands. Unfortunately, the game is about as bland as it looks. You guide a little plane through obstacles with your controller while collecting coins and fuel. It's a simple premise and it functions just fine. You have to complete 4 levels in each area to get to the next, and you're judged by how many coins you get and how much fuel you have left. This is where my problems begin to arise. First of all, in order to unlock any of the other vehicles, you have to get gold on every level. Fine. To unlock each area, you have to beat every level in the previous area. Fine. I can deal with that. The game isn't that difficult anyway. But it takes so much time. These levels are so freaking long, dude. And it's not like the environments get any more exciting after a while. Nothing changes. In fact, you get bored pretty much right after the first time you see it. Each level is randomly generated too, so you begin to see the same obstacles over and over again. And you know what's fun about that? There's no reason to have 4 levels per area. If each one is random, then why not just do one big level that you have to get a certain distance before continuing? Wouldn't that make more sense? No, of course not. These are the same guys who programmed 150 levels in a game about fucking hamsters.
Not fucking hamsters, like fucking hamsters, you know? Don't fuck hamsters, you freak.
Oh yes, the W wing. W for what the fuck? Hey, you guys ever wanted to play a shittier version of the Death Star trench run from Rogue Squadron? I know I sure haven't. Okay, but it is kind of cool that they would include this. They also have a Doctor Who reference, and I think this is a Spyro reference? Maybe? Dragons are just cool. And a a Henry Pooter reference. Also Back to the Future. I like that. They also added the neat feature of first-person mode, where you're placed right on top of the vehicle you're flying. There's no cockpit or changes that happen to your vehicle, but it's nice to be able to have a better idea of where the plane is in relation to obstacles. Feels kind of cool to fly through holes and ride on a dragon. Just don't be in first person during the credits. It doesn't work. Welcome back to Dumb Things in This Game! This game requires you to get gold at all levels to unlock Blitz mode, where you have to shoot down airplanes to get fuel. This is cool for about 5 minutes. It's only one environment and one plane. Then, you unlock Endless mode, which doesn't even go through every environment. It reaches Volcano and then loops. 9/11 joke. And I think they added the sounds of children fighting in the background of this music? You know what's cool about VR? You gotta take on the role of anyone you want. You can go where you want. You do what you want. Be who you want. And right now, I want to be a hero. I want to fight aliens. I want to live in a swamp. I want to go to Florida. Blackwater Bayou VR. It's perfect. Now look, this game might not have a developer or a Steam page, but what it does have is an acceptable amount of real achievements and trading cards. Someone was trying to sneak past the Steam regulations. Let's boot her up. Oh, we're here. I guess that's my health bar? And it's another one of those games where they just throw the story at you. Almost a dozen. Ah, what is that? That was my genuine reaction when I first played this game.
Almost a dozen.
Whoa, what is that? What the hell kind of programming? No menu at all? No press button to start? I hit play and we're getting jumped by every alien in a 30-mile radius. I didn't even get to read the plot. Not that I'm mad about that, because I'm sure it has the depth of a Stephen King novel, and it would just go over my head. I should probably figure out how to do something soon, or... I died. Imagine! Dying! In the main menu, no tutorial, no hints, just you and all the Fallout monster rejects. There's no death screen either, you just respawn, and the aliens all make a beeline straight to your location. Just let me breathe, man! Give me a gun or something, what am I supposed to do? The way you get around in this game is by teleporting. Okay, that's probably the safest movement option in VR, honestly. Well, it would be, if it actually worked. Half the spots on the ground are invalid, so you're spending all your time trying to find a place to go, while all the aliens breathe aggressively at you. Doesn't matter anyway, because the environment is emptier than the promises of AAA developers. Come on, there's gotta be more to this game. Oh, yes, a gun! Finally!
Why am I not surprised?
The guns in this game. The guns in this game! Infinite ammo, no reloading, muzzle flash is a JPEG and the audio's non-existent. You know what? I need this power trip. What's the goal again? Destroy the alien craft? Yeah, I would if I could get over there. Sorry. Florida's lost. Come on, VR can't be this disappointing. I'm trying to live here forever. Maybe we try Dimension Hunter next. This is the final game by Pocket Money Games, and their stuff has been decent so far. I need a winner, guys, please. Whoa. Whoa! Dude, let's go! The knockoff X-Wing is back! Oh, this is so sick! Great intro!
Hey, Hunter, it's time to wake up.
Oh, and who's that sultry voice speaking to me?
Perhaps it's my lovely space girlfriend.
Wake up!
Ah, not like this, please! Okay,
Can't press a
okay.
button, but
I'm over the initial shock.
put it down to my design
I guess
to be
this
incredibly
floating
loud.
brain is my
Press
assistant.
the answer button.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
We have an incoming distress call and...
A distress signal, huh?
To answer it, which is
Let's see what that's about.
strange.
This is a distress call from the USS Ulysses. The ship's computer and crew have been infected. And the ship is tearing itself apart.
That sucks.
All dimension gates have been opened.
Not all of them!
Please save us.
Well, this is cool so far. We're some kind of mercenary in a sick spaceship. I got a robot assistant I can annoy. And, oh! I can pick my background music? Hell yeah! They range from upbeat and epic to bouncy beat boops. It's simple, but it's a great touch. Let's do the tutorial here.
Okay, Hunter, it's time for the age-old tradition of walking the experienced hardcore death psycho cyborg through his weapons like it's his first day on the job. That's a really weird tradition. In your left
Funny.
and right hands, you'll find
So we get dual pistols, 15 shots each, a gravity gun, and time slow. Nice! The aesthetic of this game is so unique. It's like grungy black and white with red highlights. I'm kinda into it. I like when a game leans into an art style. Alright, I feel prepared. Let's shoot some robots. You can also choose your style of movement. It can be a rail shooter or a free roam, and then you get to choose how you want your movement to work. That's so cool! I feel like this is probably the norm for most VR games, or at least it should be, but I was not expecting this level of attention to detail in this game. At this point, it hardly qualifies as shovelware. But let's take a look at how the game plays first.
Welcome to the USS Ulysses.
Now this is great! Everything is so polished, everything works well, there's enough interesting aspects to the gameplay that it never really becomes dull. Attacks are telegraphed, but not too easy to dodge. The rail system always stops you in a good position, so you have room to move or get behind cover. You can see enemies through walls by default. It's really all about managing your ammo and your aim while being smart in the environments. You can get power-ups in this game which range from a chargeable laser crossbow to a saw blade that bounces around and hits all the enemies. And there are so many different environments too. You've got this ship, an alien cave, a modern city, differing enemies, boss fights, mini-games. This is a good game. I actually recommend this to you if you think it looks interesting. I think the humor's a little campy, and sometimes I got frustrated because I kept dying to the same bots in some levels, but this is well made and clearly had some passion to it. It's not my favorite VR game, but it does not deserve to be labeled as shovelware. Well done, Pocket Money Games. Well done.
Quit it.
What a refreshing experience. I was starting to get worried there. What if this whole VR thing sucked worse than all those other games I played? Glad that's not the case. And it looks like I have one game left. The Crypts of Anak Shaba. Okay, a little strange, but that's fine. Oh, no developer or Steam page? But it's got 10 achievements. It can't be bad, right? Right? Now, it's hard to tell, but the scaling of everything is way, way off in VR. And are my controllers above me? They aren't even synced to their proper position. Guys, those are the two most basic components of VR games. I hate this so much. I'd rather play Dracula's Library in VR than whatever this is trying to be. Oh my god, we're spinning. We're spinning and I can't stop. Hang on, hang, there we go. You've gotta be kidding. You can't see it, but the hands of this knight are not where my hands are. Hey, there's some kind of snake dudes. Let's get them. No, are you serious right now? You animated my movement? In VR? Where my face is attached to the character model? Every time you move forward, your guy makes a head down 0 to 60 sprint and stops on a dime. Oh, and that spinning earlier? If you turn your head at all, the 3D model starts to turn instead of, oh, I don't know, physically turning my body? Yeah, there's coins in the ground, but you can just forget it. Your guy doesn't run straight either. Combat is like swinging a wiffle ball bat. The environment is pitch black, and you've got text floating in the world. It's not over yet. Wait till you see what happens when you die. I'll be honest, guys. I really tried. Really. I only had the 6 games, and I wanted to show you more than just the surface level of them. But at one point or another, the games became unbearably hard and so repetitive that it has drained me of all energy and motivation. I'm just not sure that I can take it anymore. Maybe this whole life hiatus thing isn't as good of an idea as I thought. Maybe what I needed to do this whole time was to face my trauma and come to terms with it by acknowledging it and overcoming it. But wait, I just played a whole bunch of other garbage video games in VR. That can only mean that I faced my trauma head on. And that means that I've overcome it. Man, VR really is paradise. Wow, garbage therapy. Who knew? Well, we've had our fun in VR, but now it's time to return to the real world as a new, healed man. I'm so happy to have been able to share this experience with you guys. Let's go, everyone. Hey, what gives? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Anyone out there? Someone